Good morning, you're watching FloorDaily.net and I'm Kemp Harr. We're at Surfaces 2022 in Las Vegas after missing last year on these videos, and I'm with John Rietveldt, the president of I4F. We're starting before the show, but just thought we'd catch up here first. John, before we get into your company and what you're doing, couple news items. Personally, you got married last fall, so congratulations on that.
Thank you very much, Kemp. I had 3 of the most beautiful days of my life, so I'm married with my soulmate.
Yeah, definitely. Jillian, so that's great, and congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Most people know I4F was probably the last of the 3 big companies in intellectual properties to get into the flooring space, and but you've done real well. You've done a lot of marketing, and I would say in certain areas you're a market share leader, right?
Yeah, we have definitely become a market leader in some segments. We are very active. Of course, we try to extend that. It has been an interesting but very nice journey so far.
So let's get into the details of what you're talking to the people who come to your space now. Tell us what's new, when it gets to, I know you do these clusters. What are some of your new technologies this year?
Yeah, and thanks for having the opportunity to explain that. Yeah, we are focused a lot, of course, on our core technology. So that is droplock technologies. And we have extended that with kind of new family members. One is the iClick4U, which is a water-resistant one-piece droplock, which actually passes all the NALFA tests. So this is a very important one because water resistance has become more and more an important topic. And the other one is a certain installation technology for herringbone. So you kind of easy put the short side to the long side actually, and you can easily disinstall. So these are the 2 main topics for droplock technologies. We have come with a new wall installation technology, which combines locking with screwing the panels on a frame. But by the locking, you kind of cover the screws. Okay. So it looks really good, and it has been very well perceived. One of the topics we have tried to promote already for the last year is digital printing. We have signed this exclusive partnership with Himen to collectively promote the digital printing technology and to really transition the market to this new era.
Yeah. Let me jump in real quick, interrupt for a quick second. First, before we get away from droplock, I think it was 14 or 15 where, that was your first major big technology. And probably should have mentioned earlier, you've spent your whole life in the flooring business. And the early stages of it, you were running Tarkett's residential business worldwide, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so I have some experience in flooring in the meantime.
And then the story I've heard it, is you got together with some inventors and you came late with a floating floor interlocking system that's easier to install, and I think that was in 14 or so, right?
Yeah, we filed actually the patent in 2009, but when we received the patent grant, which was end of 2013, I started to market the product. So I was actually first time on all the shows in January 14, and there we showed it to the market.
And then fast forward to this herringbone, the difference, because there's other companies that have come out with a herringbone click system, but yours is kind of a DIY. This is something almost anybody can do. It's easier to do, right?
Yeah, that has always been our philosophy, that it needs to be very easy to install. That also brought me up this idea, which I spoke with this inventor, that the market was looking for a very easy installation system. And ultimately that has proven to be right.
So now let's move, you were talking about digital a minute ago.
Yeah.
You've got in partnership with this German company, Himen. They're good friends of yours. And you've already in this country sold 2 systems. And as people can see as they look at the B-roll of this video, these are elaborate, full floor long systems that start from, raw panel all the way to finished product. Yeah. And they're expensive, but they're also high tech and very efficient, right?
Yeah, it's definitely, in our opinion, the best developed printer line in the market. And indeed, it goes through, as you can see later on the booth, different phases of print. But the philosophy is to print directly on the board and to emboss also through the ink. That we are promoting.
So you actually are not only laying down a visual, you're laying down texture, you're laying down protective layers.
Yep.
And it eliminates the needs. One of the problems with all the new factories in the LVT business in Northwest Georgia is that you have to still continue to import film for the visual, and this eliminates that need, right?
Yeah, that is absolutely one of the considerations, the elimination of this film, so you're not dependent anymore on a part of the supply chain. And secondly, of course, you save a lot on your inventory, and you're much more flexible to the market, because you can, change over time is almost nothing. So you can go from design to design, and the design freedom is, of course, unlimited. And so we definitely believe in the articulation, which you will see also later if you go around the booth. But the designs, the articulation of the embossing, is so natural that, for us, this is a winning proposition.
Yep. And we know what it did to the ceramic tile market, so it'll probably do the same to this market as far as giving you so much flexibility. Now I know you've got some grouts you're talking about. Give us, what else are you talking about this year?
Yeah, so one item we had still left is the Grout Technology. So basically, it makes a very realistic ceramic look. And with bathrooms and kitchens becoming more popular also for our floor panels, is this a great innovation? So we call it True Grout, because there are quite a lot of solutions for grout, but in our opinion, ours is looking more natural and more clean. So we introduced the True Grout logo. So once somebody becomes a licensee, we encourage them to put the label on the box that it is a True Grout Technology, so that retail ultimately can distinct, the real from the between brackets the fake.
Right. Okay. So is that most of what you're doing this year? I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is already a lot, and we need to keep something for next year's surfaces.
Okay. Yeah. I know you're working with some of the bigger players on what you were teasing me with earlier on some really interesting technology. So I want to encourage our readers to read a technology piece we did in our Viewpoint in our February issue, because technology is what keeps people from talking about price, right?
Absolutely, but with innovation and technology, you keep developing the market. So you keep interesting the customer, and you bring new stuff. Take the technology markets like an Apple. You need to keep improving and non-stop going forward. I think it has been too long stalemate. And it is exciting what has happened. I think I4F has been kind of an enabler for many companies to become very active on innovation and develop new products. So for us, it's exciting. It is good. It's good for the market. It's good for us.
That's your vision. That's the why, right?
Yeah, that's our vision, and our vision has developed also. You will see that if you go here around. But we talk about technologies from the floor upwards. That also means that it's not only the floor we look at, but really the home. So where people live, play and work. And this is where we want to be the innovator.
Now F stands for flooring. Are you gonna? But that's why you switched from Innovations for Flooring to I4F, right?
That's correct. That was the step we took. Yeah. Well, actually, we were thinking about furniture.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But we could invent other names.
All right, John. It's great to be with you again. Been talking to John Rietveldt, the CEO for I4F here at Surfaces, and you've been watching Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.